What is the World Cup? Well, the FIFA World Cup is the biggest and most thrilling event in international football, United Nations in a spectacular showdown in skill, passion and history, held every 4 years since 1930. This legendary tournament sees the world's top teams battling for ultimate glory on the grandest stage, with the journey beginning with the years of intense qualification matches, culminating in a breathtaking month-long spectacle hosted by a selected nation. Like in 2026, we'll see for the first time in a while USA, Canada and Mexico hosting the tournament. And it'll be groundbreaking as more teams in a 48-team format, which will allow us to see more jaw-dropping goals, unforgettable moments and electric atmospheres across 16 buzzing cities, from the iconic Estadio Azteca in Mexico City to the colossal MetLife Stadium in New York. Every match will be a drama-filled clash of titans. With billions watching, the stakes couldn't be higher. Dreams will be made, legends will rise, and the fans worldwide will witness history in the making. So buckle up, and I'm going to show you today the most unforgettable World Cup moments. We start off with Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, he was made famous for never scoring a goal in the knockout stages in his recent history, but he has always made himself famous for scoring brilliant goals in the group stage. Just remember when he popped off versus Spain and scored a hat-trick, even stunning one of the best keepers in the world, David De Gea. And that free kick from Ronaldo, even though they draw the game, they will get out of the group, and that will be a free kick that will resonate with fans for the rest of his career. But the World Cup's more than that. The World Cup is also about making young players. And a specific player that was made and known here was Paul Pogba, a man that would burst onto the scene and score brilliant goals like this. This is Nigeria, my home country, and eventually that will get him on the map to play for some of the biggest football clubs in the entire world, like Juventus and Manchester United. And that was what the World Cup could do. That could bring youngsters like James Rodriguez, Mario Götze to the world stage and make sure that they were known by fans for years to come. When you think of Messi and you think of Ronaldo and you think of Pele and you think of Maradona and you think the cover faces of football throughout history, but as their eras come to an end from one way or another, World Cups have this little thing of helping build up the next faces of football, and that is exactly what the 2018 World Cup did to Kylian Mbappe, the player that managed to go on to win his first World Cup at the age of 18, with absolute breathtaking performances with his 4 goals, with his popping off against Argentina, who hit an incredible top speed of 35.3 kilometers per hour against Argentina. His blistering pace was on full display, especially during his counter-attacks, and when scoring his historic hat-trick, his speed and explosiveness made him one of the fastest footballers in the world. The 2014 FIFA World Cup was one of my favourite tournaments of all time. Hosted in Brazil, the tournament took place from June 12th to July 13th, 2014, marking the second time in history Brazil hosted the World Cup, where Germany were the eventual winners, defeating Messi's Argentina in the final 1-0 with a late, rare goal from Mario Götze in extra time. But Germany, that wasn't the only defeat that they gave to someone, as they gave a historic defeat to Brazil, where Brazil suffered their worst ever World Cup loss 7-1 against Germany. But there was more than just winners. There was James Rodriguez's golden boot, as he started with 6 goals in the tournament, including his stunning volley against Uruguay. You also have Miroslav Klose, who surpassed Ronaldo Nazario's 15-goal record with 16. The Suarez biting incident against Giorgio Chiellini, Suarez's third offence in his entire career. Something that probably went under the radar, something that even I forgot about, was Costa Rica's surprise run. They shocked everyone by topping the group with Italy, England and Uruguay and reaching the quarterfinals before losing on penalties to the Netherlands. Don't forget Tim Howard's heroics, where he made 16 saves against Belgium in the round of 16, a World Cup record. But even though Neymar did go on to be one of the top 10 players of his time, he did suffer a serious back injury that could have ended his career right there. But other than that, the World Cup was certainly a legendary tournament featuring 171 goals, tying with the 1998 World Cup for the most goals scored in a single tournament. This tournament was full of records, drama, surprises. Do you guys have a favourite moment? Like, comment, subscribe. With the 2022 FIFA World Cup being held in Qatar, the first ever Winter World Cup held in November and December to avoid Qatar's extreme summer heat, with it being the smallest nation to host with a population of about 3 million, estimated to cost about 220 billion, the most expensive in World Cup history. And it ended up being Messi's crowning glory as he won his first World Cup, solidifying his status as one of the greatest footballers ever. But it wasn't just him, there was Mbappe's hat-trick in the final, as Mbappe became the second player in history after Geoff Hurst in 1966 to score a hat-trick in the World Cup final. And it was the most goals in a World Cup final, with the final between Argentina and France, 3-3, 4-2 on pens, the highest scoring World Cup final of all time, as Argentina capped off their third World Cup trophy. In the Middle East, first time they hosted the tournament. There was other stuff though. There was Morocco being the first African and Arab nation to reach the semi-finals, stunning teams like Spain and Portugal, while there was the fastest goal by a substitute, which was done by Gonzalo Ramos, scored just 4 goals in 15 and 59 seconds coming on as a substitute. For another man that also made history for Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo became the first male player to score in 5 different World Cups: 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022. Meanwhile, you had Germany's Group exit stage again as they failed to bring in more talent after the golden generation of 2014. No other brilliant stuff as well. Richarlison's bicycle kick still the most penalty shootouts of all time in a record 5 matches, as record viewership for this hit 1.5 billion, stuff that the Super Bowl couldn't even reach, over 2. But despite Argentina's aggressive playing style and fiery encounters with the likes of Netherlands, they didn't receive a single red card throughout the tournament. Well done to them. Meanwhile, Qatar introduced innovative air conditioning stadiums. No wonder it was the most expensive World Cup in World Cup history. There was the Saudi Arabia shock upset against the eventual champions Argentina, while there were young and old players to shine, like the 19-year-old Bilal El Kanoush, while the fastest yellow card ever will go to Saudi Arabia's Abdullah Al Maki. So the 2022 World Cup was packed with drama, surprises, and pretty much, maybe a lot of people could argue, the best World Cup in World Cup history.